Okay, I would say we get started. We are exact on time. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We are so glad to have you join us. Welcome to today's live masterclass. I'm Gabi Schlumpberger.
I'm Sarah Chervino.
We are so excited to discuss an ugly but often forgotten aspect of our health, the lymphatic system and the benefits of supporting lymphatic drainage. So now before we begin, make sure that you do check with your doctor if you have any health concerns, especially congestive heart failure, dialysis, cancer, or are in the first trimester of pregnancy. However, with any health concerns, please talk to your doctor first. Following the upcoming tips and tricks is entirely up to your discretion. Great. Now let's jump into it. First, we will talk about what the lymphatic system is, how it works, benefits of lymphatic drainage, and why it matters for our health.
All right, so let's actually start with the lymphatic system. So for those of you who don't know that the lymphatic system is essentially a network of tissues and organs that help your body get rid of toxins, the wastes and unwanted materials. It's literally kind of like our garbage disposal system in our body. And it includes the lymph nodes, the lymph vessels, the spleen, the thymus, and the tonsils. And it actually plays a really big role in our immune function. It also helps in maintaining fluid balance by removing those toxins and wastes and the extra fluid that we accumulate. And it also helps, and this is what's so awesome about it, helps in fighting infections, since white blood cells are actually produced in the lymph. And the lymph circulates through the lymphatic system, which really just covers our entire body. It essentially is like a match to our circulatory, so all of our blood vessels. It matches up to that. And the way that the lymphatic system works is by lymph vessels. They transport that lymph fluid through the body. And in a way, you can imagine those lymph vessels, they look like veins too, but they are one-way streets, and they have like little flaps in the vessels that prevent backflow. So it can move forward, but not backwards, unless you have weak flaps, but that's something entirely different. And it can really move just in that one direction. And the lymph fluid flows through the lymph nodes, and the lymph nodes are essentially like the security checkpoints in airports. They check the lymph for any bacteria, viruses, and other foreign substances. And in those nodes, those security checkpoints, they will then trap, the bacteria or the foreign substance and destroy them with the white blood cells that the lymph fluid also produces. And the one huge difference from the circulatory system is that the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. So for our circulatory system, the heart pumps the blood through our body. But the lymphatic system, it actually has to rely on movements of muscles. And that's when we move our body. When we move our body, we move lymph fluid through the vessels.
Okay, now let's turn for a moment to a topic what most of us are guilty of. All of us are not moving enough or sit for too long at any given time. Just think about it for a moment. We sit for our meals, many sit for work, then sit to relax on the couch. We sit and sit and sit. Another thing that can decrease lymphatic flow or dehydration, so when you don't drink enough water, poor diet with a lot of processed foods, for example. For sure, also some medical conditions, toxins, stress, infections, and so on. And when the flow slows and congestion begins to occur, we start experience backup. And this can present as swollen lymph nodes or swelling in certain areas of the body, for example. So, proper lymphatic drainage is vital in removing toxins, allowing your body to properly fight infections and for your overall well-being. And some benefits of proper lymphatic drainage occurring are boosted immune function, detox of the body, reduced swelling and edema, improved skin health, overall relaxation, and stress reduction on all levels. Sounds amazing, right?
Now, the big question is, how do we actually get there? So there are actually a few things that you can do. First of all, you hear this all the time, but drink the proper amount of water to keep you hydrated, which then helps keep the lymph fluid thin, and that can then reduce swelling and keep the lymph fluid moving. Also, then try to reduce the amount of processed foods that you consume in your diet and shift over to, a more healthy diet for you. Essentially, what we want to encourage you to do is just listen to your body's wisdom of what it likes and doesn't like. Everybody has different tolerances and intolerances when it comes to food. And then the key is next, we have got to start moving our body more. Okay, so start walking, start swimming, yoga, start standing while working on a computer. Any exercise, any whole body movement will start to stimulate that lymphatic circulation. And then here's something that we might not think about a lot, but proper clothing. Stop wearing clothes that are too tight, right? The crop shirts, the tight pants, they're cute, but anything that leaves a mark or an indent on your skin restricts your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is really below under your skin, like barely under your skin. And if you wear something all day that leaves an imprint, so for me, sometimes I notice that I have imprints from my neck, my bracelets here. It means that I actually just impaired lymph flow to that area all day potentially, right? So try not to wear anything that's too restrictive or leave marks. And then something else that's important is stress management, because helping reduce your stress can then actually have an impact on the lymphatic system too. But let's talk about some ways to actively get your lymphatic system moving again, besides, typical exercises. There's some things that you can specifically do for that.
Okay, the first one is utilizing a rebounder, and I personally really love to do that. And a rebounder is a small exercise trampoline. So 10 minutes a day are great to start moving everything again. When you jump up and down, the vertical motion of your jumps act as a pump for the lymphatic system, moving the fluid throughout. Plus, it's also a great whole body exercise, meaning it contracts many muscles. If you remember, muscle contraction is what the lymphatic system relies on to move lymph through the vessels. And regular rebounding can stimulate the production of white blood cells, improving our immune system. So what's important is that you start slowly and listen to your body. Gradually increase the duration and remain consistent with it. So I started doing that about 6 months ago on a regular basis. And I really started with doing at 1 minute and then to 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now I'm at 8 minutes, but I do it every day. And with 8 minutes, I feel great if I do that every day. And if a rebounder sounds daunting to you, another great way is the utilization of a whole body vibration machine. And it's essentially a plate that you step on and is set to vibrate, gently vibrating your entire body. And the vibrations lead to rapid muscle contractions and relaxation, which then helps move the lymph fluid through the lymphatic system, mimicking its natural pumping action. And regular use can also increase muscle strength and tone, which can increase the drainage flow as well.
So the last thing that we want to recommend you guys is what's called lymphatic drainage massage. And this is actually a form of massage that some massage therapists can actually provide. They're trained in. However, you can do this at home as well. And essentially, it stimulates the movement of the lymph fluid around the body. It involves, very gentle rhythmic pumps or circles on the lymph nodes that then assist the movement of the lymph. And you can find a lot, really a ton of information on proper location of which lymph nodes to massage and where the placement is online. However, because there's a lot of information out there, we really do want to recommend you and guide you to follow Detox, and you can find her on Instagram or YouTube. And she's actually a trained chiropractor and has been working with the lymphatic system for years upon years and has so much experience. And that's, we've taken a class with her and it's been absolutely wonderful. We do want to show you a key lymph node though. And this is the lymph node that you would use at the beginning and at the end of any lymphatic massage that you do for yourself. And it's the node, it's the only one that you would use if you're, for example, feeling sick. And it's called the termini. And it's the key point where the lymphatic fluids actually drains through and then enters back into the circulatory system, so into your heart. And opening that node alone can actually assist tremendously. It is also the only point you want to pump if you're experiencing acute illness, as I mentioned, just because your immune system is already working really hard to fight any illness. So how to find a termini would be, there's two ways that you can find it. So the first way is, it's located up here. So the first way that you can find it is you shrug your shoulders and roll them forward. And do you kind of see that triangle I have right here? Where the collarbone is and that muscle, there's like that caving in of my skin. That's where your fingers go. And what you will end up doing is you use your ring finger and your middle finger and you use pressure. That's really gentle. A way for you to check your pressure is by putting your fingers on your eyeballs and seeing if you see stars or not. If you see stars or dots or anything, you're pushing too hard. Okay, so really gentle pumping. And so what you're going to do is you're going to have these two fingers and you're going to pump down or make little circles. So roll forward, place your fingers, and then make sure you relax again. And then you just start massaging them. Okay, it doesn't matter which direction you go in this one. Okay, all the other ones, it will matter. And then as you massage this one, you want to do it about 20 to 30 pumps, about 1 each second. And you can leave it at that. Now, if you're really super congested, if you're sick, you can do even more than that. Kind of just see how your body feels. And I can already kind of feel some drainage coming, on the back of my throat, a post-nasal drip. So just even massaging this one, and you can do it this way without crossing your arms as well, is fantastic. The other way that you can find your termini is going from your earlobes, the tips of your earlobes, and drawing a straight line down. It lands you right where you need to be, okay? Yeah, I should look at my camera so I can actually see it. But straight down, you end up on your termini as well. So you really want to use those. And if you want to find more information on the other points that you can use, go and see Detox's Instagram. She has a lot of information on that. But I would start with just using the termini and kind of see where that gets you and how it makes you feel. For me personally, using it, just even using that one, and then also one more spot, I can clear a sore throat with that, just with getting lymphatic fluid moving again. It's actually amazing how much help, gives in moving on with an illness.
Okay, so let's recap. The lymphatic system is essential for detoxification and immune function. Lymphatic drainage can support these processes, offering numerous health benefits. If you are interested in improving your lymphatic health, consider incorporating lymphatic drainage into your wellness routine with the tips we just provided. But as a reminder, always consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new treatment. And if you have any questions or experiences with lymphatic drainage, please share them in the comments. We would love to hear from you and continue this conversation. Thank you for joining today's live talk. And stay tuned for more health and wellness discussions around Long C, overall health and trauma. And don't forget to like, share, and follow our page for updates. Take care, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.